Hey, beautiful people. So here we are. Here we are. Closing thoughts for 2025. So, for my closing thoughts and this video, I had one thing planned and yet something else has taken shape. So, here we are. It has been a fucking huge year. A huge year for so many people, a year of shedding, rupture, and breakthrough. I've been doing this work now for around about 27, 28 years, and I have never, ever, ever known a time like it. Never, ever known a time like it where so many people, there has been a year of huge shedding, rupture, and breakthrough. When I feel into the essence of Soul Shift, aka the Cosmic Provocateur, and all the names, shapes, and evolutions it has moved through, I see that it mirrors my own journey. The many versions I've been, the many thresholds crossed. Now, we live in a world that is constantly in flux, shift, change, and for us to be able to show up in this world and kind of like just stretch out a lantern of light, we also need to be in shift, change, flux. Um, and constantly being alchemized and constantly evolving into the greatest version of selves and the highest timeline. Because some people will say to me, you never stand still and you outgrow things. Well, of course, we're growing into the highest and truest and deepest version of self. There's a saying in alchemy and mysticism that nothing is static. Nothing is static. Everything is always moving. Even when there is stillness, there is a sense of movement within the stillness. Yes, that may sound like contradictory and paradoxical, but it is. Within the stillness, there is movement. Within the movement, there is stillness. So it's not like just outgrowing things. So I'm just like bored with that. It's this sense of refining and always evolving and alchemizing and transforming into, which is alchemy, into the greatest and highest, truest, deepest version of self, rooted in the ability to nurture others alongside that, and the key word nurture others alongside that into their greatest, truest, deepest version of self too. So it cannot stagnate, otherwise it fucking well calcifies. Okay, so through it all, there has been one clear thread at the core of it all. The intention has always been the same: to help us navigate chaos. That's why the unseen move in the way they do around me and through me, alongside me, is always with the same intention: to help us navigate the chaos. That is what all of this has been about. That is what Soul Shift's about. Cosmic Provocateur, Shane Gadd. It's all been about, at the core of it, the intention has always been the same: to help us navigate chaos and to alchemize it into light, to become the greatest version of ourselves, for ourselves and each other. But let's be fucking honest, that process is raw. Alchemy being forged through fire, that process is raw and it is messy. As Spirit always say, true healing is a fucking messy business. This heart of mine has known the best days and the worst days of my life. Moments where I didn't think I would make it, where I couldn't see a way through, moments of pain and fire, and even deep loneliness, shattering into a million pieces. So I know what it is like to walk through that fire. My ability to sit with you is born out of walking through that fire. Being able to lean in and meet you toe to toe is because I've been forged through the same fire. Now, the difference now is this: I know who I am, I know what I stand for, and I know the work it took to build this kind of self belief. I know the work it took to rebuild my perspective on the world. And I know what it fucking took to lose the things that mean the most and to rebuild them into something stronger, truer, more aligned than ever before. And if that kind of transformation is possible on an individual level, then it's fucking possible on a collective one too. Right now, you know, it may feel like you feel lost or we're lost. That's that rupture, that shedding of skin. That's the alchemy. I, with a graceful heart, will hold that and celebrate that. So right now it can feel like you're lost or we're lost, like there's more division, more hatred, more noise than ever before. And yet there is also huge breakthroughs and awakenings and huge sways of light. Think about what Spirit said: only what is true can be reborn at winter solstice. And yet our responsibility to rebuild something greater than what was lost begins in the most simple of ways. Small actions, everyday deeds. You know, I have the deep privilege and honour and gift to sit with the most heartfelt, the most courageous, the most heart-led loving people. So it starts and begins in the most simple of ways. Small actions, everyday deeds, anchored in kindness, especially in a world that so often forgets how. And I'm committed to that path. I'm deeply committed to that path, to navigate in the chaos of life and finding those new perspectives within the fucking mess. And I'm genuinely looking forward to 2026. I'm excited to bring people together, excited to listen to your stories, your medicine and your medicine stories, and to explore ways we can heal individually and collectively. And I'm motivated to spark long-lasting change, to root even legacy in the year ahead. I'm also so deeply grateful to be collaborating with beautiful people and new spaces, ones grounded in shared heart, shared vision and shared care. The most beautiful and the most new spaces. And alongside that, I'll be apprenticing to the unseen in new ways and gently sparking a vision that's been calling me now for a little time, and when I look back, for a long time, but now it makes complete sense. Sparking a vision that's been there whispering, and that vision is the Tilak Collective. Now Tilak in Irish means half, home, family, friendship, kin, story. It is the sacred fire at the centre of life. Simple by nature, simple by design, yet deeply rooted in love and care. A place to rest, dream, and become. Everything that has been fostered and brought to life over these last 28 years finds its way here, with values held close, kin, kith, friends, family, fire and half-side, sanctuary and belonging. With every fire carrying the ash of the one before, creating a living, breathing legacy. So I'll share more as it finds its edges, as it takes its own breath. For now, I'm holding deep gratitude that it's arrived at all. And I'll be dreaming it into being through this winter's dreaming. So closing out 2025, some of the themes that I see moving through the collective as we begin to tune in is the big unravel. You know, a lot of people are noticing that the stuff they thought they made peace with is suddenly back on the table. Like old patterns, old wounds, old dynamics. Not to dig in, but to clear the stubborn threads. Think final boss round, but with feelings. For this isn't regression, it's detox, it's purge, it's clearing. And alongside that, the collapse of pretend. There's so many masks slipping, so much is being revealed. Collectively, people are losing the ability to tolerate anything that isn't real. As Spirit said, only what is true can be reborn at winter solstice. That's incredible. And that happened probably about 8 weeks ago. The first time I heard that, it was profound. It was as we just come through Samhain. You know, so we collectively are losing the ability to tolerate anything that isn't real. Fake connections, fake productivity, performance, spirituality that is based and forged on performance and surface level relationships. December has this energy, I'm done fucking pretending. That energy is written all over it, alongside boundaries turning into non-negotiables. That one is loud. It reminds me of Holly. Those of you that were with us on last Wednesday at Yuletide Journey, Messages from Beyond, an evening of storytelling, folk magic, beautiful psychic portraits alongside messages. We had Holly gathered within the circle around that beautiful lantern, where the youngest of the household lit the lantern, symbolising the returning of new light or original light, or the most truest of light. And one of the cards that come out the deck straight away was boundaries. And of course, Holly is a really powerful boundary. It's not just setting boundaries, it's body level refusal. A lot of folks will feel a sudden, almost visceral no to things that either drain them, and that could be playing out through jobs, it could be playing out through connections, people, obligations, identities. There is a stripping back, a rawness, but also a clean, clarifying energy and power here. Everything just becomes really clear. And alongside that, quiet initiation energy. Underneath all of this, there is this hum, like a candle being lit in a dark room. A sense of something new forming, embryonic, taking form slowly, gently. Too soon to name it, but we feel it. It's like January, February feels like first light, not full sunrise. Alongside that, a collective nervous system reset. Many people shifting from hustle and bustle, survival mode, into something more regulated and more intentional. And some of that, as we move into that, can feel like exhaustion, just falling over, disorientation, needing more rest than usual, and feeling weirdly emotional or wanting to cocoon. This festive season is going to feel so different for so many people. Think about the video that I dropped yesterday. Take a look at that if you haven't watched it, either on YouTube or within my timeline. You know, it isn't burnout, it is your system recalibrating for a very different rhythm for 2025. And then we have this, I love and I'm feeling it, fainted encounters, a fainted encounter window. There's this like little karmic doorway opening up right now where people are crossing paths. Think about the story that was told on Wednesday, which I will be gifting here on Friday, if not before. People crossing paths with exactly who they need. Mentors, collaborators, partners, reconnecting with soul family, and these are the threads that will matter next year. You know, so what's coming? 2026 feels like a year of bold moves, clean motives, not explosive new beginnings, but steady and rooted and grounded and embodied powerful shifts. The phrase I keep getting is, choose the thing that costs you your fear, but not the thing that costs you your soul. We are stepping into a year where authenticity is the only currency that does not devalue. That is massive. We're stepping into a year where authenticity is the only currency that doesn't devalue. Huge. Love to hear your thoughts, and I'm going to drop the story, but this is pretty much me now. Those of you that have asked when I'll be returning to consulting, it's going to be early January. Bookings are now open for online, in person. Any email consultations that now come in will be woven back January, but the bookings are now open and can be found and explored via the website, which is allthews.shanegad.com. Let me take this moment to wish you all a really merry midwinter, a really bright solstice, and a gentle Christmas. And whatever way you celebrate this time, may it have heart and may it be aligned to your true deeper self. Sending you all so much love. Keep shining.